G'day guys, my name's Josh, you can call me JaWoodle, and welcome back to 7 Days, where unfortunately, I'm coming back as the bearer of some bad news. They have changed the zombie pathfinder. There has been an update, and something has come a cropper. So I've come back to Woodle Park to try and figure out what it is, and what we can do to get around it. It's kind of nice actually, it's a bit nostalgic. It's kind of like back in Alpha 17 when there was a new update every week to the zombie pathfinding, which is where Woodle Park originated from. Back when I was a much squeakier boy, somehow. It's like I was Minnie Mouse that somehow grew nads and then properly got donkey kicked right up the middle of him. It's a very squeaky boy back then. But yeah, it's kind of nice to be back, testing the zombie pathfinding again. So I was actually sitting down to film something else today. Whenever I come back to Woodle Park to build a new base, whatever, I usually run all the old bases just at the start anyway to make sure the zombies are still thinking the way that I expect them to. No point trying to build a new design if the foundations aren't there anymore. And when I did that today, they didn't act the way that I was hoping they would at all. I'll see if I can show you, see if I can replicate what happened before. Let's go through to HORDE night. They spawned behind me. Oh, exactly like this actually. They spawned behind me, and instead of running past me to get to the stairs and go down the zombie dropper, like that one's going, so that's a good sign. They kind of got stuck on the pillar at the front. Oh, I was gonna say, and they're gonna make a fool out of me, but nah, look, some of them are cruising past, but you've gone straight into destroy area mode, so have you. How are you guys looking? They're all attacking target, they're all fine. By the way, it's numpad, I see people asking, it's numpad 0 when you're in debug mode to see how the zombies are thinking. Get this menu up. So they're all running through. Those guys are going through to the dropper. I just want to see though. Yeah, look at this nonsense. Destroy area, but has path. So something has definitely changed. Enough of these zombies now are stopping and beating on the pillow. They won't run past me to get to the dropper anymore. That's pretty concerning. But I know it's not the zombie dropper itself because these guys are still running and dropping like normal. And more importantly, well, except for you, they're not, once they drop, they're going back to the start again and not beating on pillars. So that's still working mostly normally. It's just back here. It's just these guys who didn't get there in the first place are doing something different. Something is different here, and we have to figure out what. I've restarted the HORDE to get them spawning in a different area, so they're no longer spawning behind me, because I want to see if it's just them running past me that's the issue, which by the looks of things, it is. Yeah, so before, oh, hang on, we got one zombie doing some weird things up here. What are you doing? You are in destroy area. All right, thank you. I'll get rid of you. Maybe you're a relic of the previous HORDE. Now, so these guys are spawning a little bit further up. If you turn right, I'm in trouble. If you turn left, I'm all good. We're all good. So, for the most part, it's really only if they're running past me, but occasionally someone go destroy area, but that's okay. Very interesting. I'll do the same again. I will kill all of you. I'll get the HORDE reset to come from hopefully another direction again. Where they're gonna come from this time? Oh, over there. Oh, that's gonna have to go past me again. But that's gonna give me a problem though, because if I can only now build bases like this that are gonna be effective against what, like 2/3 of hordes, because sometimes they'll spawn in the wrong direction and like that, they won't go to the dropper anymore. Yeah, see again, this guy. Destroy area has path. Destroy area has path, and you're running normally. So is there like a randomization now to how the zombies pathfind? I've been wanting that since Alpha 17 because it would completely nullify all cheese bases. Oh, that is a problem. That is a problem. Uh-oh. I'm now suddenly mildly regretting all the times when I was first building like the killing corridors and stuff, when I was first doing all that, like all the cheese finding, finding more cheese in an Italian pizza back in the day. I used to always say that the easiest way to get around all this would just be to have half the zombies, like the regular zombies, be dumb, and then like the special zombies be smart with their pathfinding, because then you can't really build to account for both of them. And it seems like they have finally taken me up on my very generous suggestion of how to undo me. Well, I'll get you guys coming again, because if that one's not working, I want to see this one. Same kind of idea, just longer. Yeah, good. So someone was spawning behind me as well. So you guys going to run past me in the same way, or stop and beat on the... No? So they're all running up completely fine. I might actually let them just kind of bobble around up there a little bit to see if they fall. Oh, yeah, there we go. If they fall off, do any of you guys go into destroy area mode? You got ragdolled, stun, get up, you're fine. Okay, so the 15 block drop still works to avoid destroy area mode. And in fact, no zombies have gone into destroy area at all. So a melee base still works really well, but like the traditional killing corridor with the ranged dropper, that doesn't work anymore. Or it's not 100% effectively. It's got some margin for error now. Because they're falling and no one's attacking the pillars down below at all. Yes, they're beating on the bars, but that's okay. Okay. Oh, well, this is why I keep all the bases built in this place so I can go around and test out whatever we need to. Quickly go over to here, get the horde rolling again and see how they treat this one. Because this has a dropper at the end as well. This is all very scientific, or as close as I can get. I'm still a galar after all, but you know what? If we can figure this out, I'll feel much better about everything. All right, well, this answers the next question I had, was potentially, was it like a distance thing? Was it how far the zombies can run to get to me? If like, maybe they shortened that distance. So if they say maybe, you know, if the zombie has to run more than 50 blocks, for example, it's just gonna go destroying everything instead. But pretty clearly that's not the issue because they are more than happily running. I think it was like 700 meters was the distance on this thing that I very badly calculated. I think that was the case. So they're running that far. That's all still fine. And again, they are pathing over, or is using the upside down wedge chips as a path. So what is it then? I thought maybe they'd patched like these blocks and those were no longer viable, but pretty clearly they are. Now I'm confused. Now I'm very, what is the issue then? Why don't you like this? Is it too close to the ground maybe? Because like that one works. Do you just have to build higher? I don't know. I just wanted to wait until the zombies made it to the end of the path, which old mate now has. In fact, I might even quickly just go, get rid of you and fill up this little bucket. Because this was supposed to be an infinite pathing base. Like they'd land here next to the stairs. Oh! All right, well, I was too late to save him. Yeah, they're supposed to land here, then go back up the stairs again. Just I don't know why those guys are so much faster than the other ones, but they're all running fine. At no point have any of those zombies stopped or propped or really done anything out of the ordinary. So I'm pretty confident with that. I will get rid of all of you and quickly go over. I mean, I'll test you anyway. I'm pretty sure you should still be the same. You know what I should test after this? The ladders. Maybe the ladders have been fixed. So I need to find what has changed. I have to. It wasn't in the patch notes. It's been a sneaky update. Something is different. I gotta know what. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. All right. Well, if you could all please join me in an orderly fashion over at these ladders over here. I'll stick my body like bait up in... No, hang on. Up in this little box up here. There you go. Do the ladders act any differently? It's really the last one that I need to test. I'm starting to think... It must just be the height. It must just be the height of that melee base compared to... Yes, they're still running fine. They still drop the same way? Yeah. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. They're fine. Oh, you can't see anything with that lantern. Good job, Josh. Yeah, I'm really starting to think that potentially it's just the height thing. I'll get some doggos out there actually to make sure that they're running fine. Dog. Get a few of those. I need a louder guns that actually pay attention to me. So if I just build everything higher now, that might potentially... Oh, why don't I go through? Why don't I go through? Nope, stop that. That might potentially mean that like underground bases now are a bit more viable than they were before. Yeah, look, it still breaks the animal AI. That's fine. The animals still have no idea what's going on. A few of them are getting through, but I think it's just the amounts of zombies that are pushing them up. Okay, I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied. You're good, you're the same. Everything's the same. Except for the proper, like, traditional killing corridor, the OG. It only took them like 4 years, but they may have finally broken it. There is fortunately a reasonably easy way to test if it is the height distance, the vertical distance, the height of everything. Well, one's finally gotten pissed off at me and come over to beat on some pillars. There's a couple more. Oh, it's definitely more common than it was. And this is where, and this was always coming from like the proper direction as well, not running past me, but straight to the stairs. There's definitely a higher ratio of zombies that are going into destroy everything mode rather than just pathing back again. to the point where I wouldn't be happy with this. I'm not happy with this. I need to fix this. Okay, there's an easy way to see if that's going to be the case though. I'm not going to change any of this design. I'm going to leave it just as is. And all I'm going to do, first of all, I'm going to put the sun back up again. Get rid of all the zombies, lots of loot bags everywhere. I'm just going to extend the pillars down into the ground a little bit and then excavate all the ground around it. So in the game's mind, the base is now taller without me having to actually do any extra work. And the lazy option for me is always the preferred option. But it also means I'm not running the risk of potentially tainting the results by rebuilding the base that might be slightly different, even like a little bit. I'm keeping the control, I'm keeping the base as is, just increasing the elevation, which I think should give us the best result. It just means I gotta start building underground. Can I still do this? No, I can't do it anymore. Used to be able to just replace blocks underneath, but nah, no longer. I've just extended the concrete legs down into the ground. I've got a little bit too far on the stairs. We'll have to rebuild most of that anyway. As I'm just going to go, that was almost a sentence. I'm just going to go one block down at a time to find out where the threshold is. Hopefully when they'll stop acting the way that they are. When they stop being spoiled little brats and causing problems, that's when I know that we've got to where we need to be. So all the way out to here using my, what was my block placement tool. And actually, I've forgotten who it was in the comments, but someone smarter than me, which is most people, in the comments said if you hold G, you can move your selection. Oh my goodness, you can too. Although now I don't know what direction I've changed it in. If you hold G, you can move your selection tool around. That is very bloody handy. Although it moves in directions that I wasn't really expecting it to. Back to there. I want to go down a block, please. So C moves it down. Beautiful. I'm going to replace all of that with air. Nothing collapses, you bloody beauty. All right, one block further down. Is that going to do it? Is that going to do it? I'll fix the stairs and we'll run the test, but there you go. Learn something new every day. Disappointingly, I've got the zombies coming in from a different direction, but at least we can still give it a test run and see how they're going to act. I thought that Yeti might be going and beating on shit from him, but no, we're fine. So this is only one block further down than normal, which I think should be, what, I guess 8 blocks down? Maybe it's actually a true 7 now. It didn't look like 7 to start with. I normally go 7, but maybe I didn't that time. Oh. None of them so far have gotten pissed off and started beating on shit. So maybe I was 1 block away this whole time. 1 block away from success. Yeti's just playing hopscotch. They're all getting a little bobbly and boobly over here, like a very excited Tigger and Winnie the Pooh, but nah, they're looking all right. They're looking fine. None of them. None of them at all. None of them have gone to destroy everything mode. So is that it? Was I 1 block away? Okay, how many blocks is this then? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I only built this 5 blocks tall to start with. I never build 5 blocks tall. In all the videos I make, I'm always like, I build 7 blocks up in the air. Always go at least 7 blocks. I didn't go 7. I deserve to be clapped for that then. I am the maker of my own misery. It's a shocker to no one. So I wonder what it was then. I mean, I still need to test out the other directions. That's the wrong button. Go back to you. I'll quickly wipe out that horde. So I wonder what it was. Because like when I first built this in the first version of 1.0, it worked fine. There was no qualms, no dramas whatsoever. So something definitely got updated in how they think. I just don't know what. Although they're coming from the better direction now, so we should be able to see if any of them decide to go into destroy everything mode. Anyone at all. Anyone at all. Nah, they're all passing by. They're all passing by. So, it's almost then, it's almost kind of lucky that I did have this building correctly, so I could see that there was a change. But now it's, oh, hang on. Oh. Destroy area. And he's in there too, look, destroy area has passed. Okay, I wasn't imagining things. I thought for a second I'd lost my mind, but nah. Destroy area has passed, but they're beating on this pillar now, not the pillar I'm standing on. Very interesting. It's like a scavenger hunt. It's like I've gone on a scavenger hunt to find an answer that I don't know what I'm looking for. Interesting. Okay. I guess we'll go one block further down because yeah, no, they're still beating on shit. I will tell you though, when I first saw that zombies were acting differently, I really thought that was going to be it for so many different things. I really thought, as I said at the start, I really thought they'd added in randomized pathfinding. Some zombies do this, some zombies do that. So then building anything to handle all of them reliably would be so much more difficult. And you know, not just simplistic stuff like this and get them on a single path and they'll all go the same way. I also really thought this thing was cactus, but nah, she'll be right, mate. So there we go. Okay, we've got one block further down. So what are we now? In fact, I'll probably use actually my paintbrush to kind of make this a bit easier. There's already established ways to count distances. Let's probably actually use them. We'll go like this. And I'll mark it up on this pillar here so it's easier to see. Paint all sides. And we'll paint every second one to be red. So we can count it. We can count it at a glance, and I don't have to go through and fumble my way around. There you go. That's how you know we're being scientific when we have a painted up grid so we can measure things at a glance. We're doing some proper science. Now, Adam Savage will be proud of me. At least I bloody hope that he is. Wherever he is out there, being a much cooler man than I'll ever be. Planes coming in, that's fine. They're coming in from the right direction as well, which is going to help me with this little run. So this is now 1, 3, 5, 7 blocks tall. We've gone to the extra block down. Old mate's yelling about shit, but that's fine. As long as he's yelling and not beating, I don't particularly mind. You can do your beating just in silence. Or the opposite of silence, actually. Put you in there so I can see, and you in there so I can see. You're beating on stuff, but it's because you are a destroyed area. You are, and so are you. So both of them have run past and gone, actually, yeah, nah, mate, I'm not going to do that. So maybe there's like, oh, you know what it could be? Maybe it's because they're underneath the overhang. Maybe that's it. I mean, there's all sorts of things. Maybe they've gotten close to me, and because they think, well, I'm in the block next to Josh, and I can't beat him. Maybe that means that there's something tricky going on here, so I'll just start destroying area instead, which might actually make sense for. Actually, might make sense when it says destroy area, but has path. Okay, I think that's actually. I mean, it says end path, remember, because it's stopped to beat. Can I get another one out here somewhere that will have that has path going on? One of you guys? None of you guys? It's happening so rarely now, but I think that might be the case. Maybe if I build a barrier around the bottom to keep them out from underneath the overhang so they can't get that close to me, keep them away a little bit, that might, what are you? That might mean, oh, never mind. I'll try it anyway, but that might have thrown a spanner in the works. You're a long way away from me in still destroy area mode. Why? There's so many questions here. I'm gonna go not like immediately next to it. I know better than to assume that the game will honor a 1 block gap. So I'm gonna go 2 blocks out. 2 blocks out from the outside of my bunker here, and just build just a cheeky little courtyard, a bit of a breakwater, a break zombie water, whatever, you know what I mean. Just a way to keep them off my lawn. Get them out of there, get them out from underneath my pillar. I mean, that's probably a good idea anyway, and in reality, you'd probably, I mean, I know that I rarely build a base specifically like this. I normally have these mechanics attached to a building or somewhere where they're unlikely to get directly underneath me in any way that will cause a massive problem. I might even go all the way up to you, the next pillar along, because it actually lines up bloody beautifully. That's all bloody nice. Look at that. We're just building a courtyard like we're in medieval Milan. We're going full old school Italy here. I just want to see if potentially that's enough. Like I'm still absolutely sure that the height initially was a problem. Why I ever built this 5 blocks tall, I do not know. Never built a base 5 blocks tall. That's just desperate for disaster. Speaking of, there's a screamer over in my other base at the moment. Why are you over there? I didn't even do anything. Is it? Oh, it's because of the torches. Wait. That's not that many torches. I know, actually, I know they updated the rate that screamers show up now. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Well, okay, that's probably a decent amount of torches, but that's not that many torches in the scheme of things to call it a screamer. In the scheme of things, that's not that many. That's the worst drag I've ever made, but that's not actually, that's saying something. Interesting. That's another thing they've updated. Probably a little bit too easy to call in screamers now, but hey, that's just me. All right, I've got the zombies coming in from the appropriate way, coming in from behind the base. They have to run past me to get to the stairs. And so far, especially so good. You just see that one zombie run up to here and went, nah, actually, I'll go around the outside. I reckon I was right about that. I reckon I was right that they were coming underneath that overhang. And if you were looking like top down, but look at that. Look at that. That's gone absolutely swimmingly. That's the first time in this update that zombies spawning from behind me to have to run past to the stairs. The first time that all of them have gone by without any of them stopping. So I think I was right. If you're looking at this top down, like at the base, if they were going into the block, like the vertical block space next to me, and they were like, well, I'm next to the player, why can't I beat on them? I must be blocked, I must start beating on shit. That seems to have been the problem, which I think is just an aspect of this design. I'm still, I know that they changed the pathing. I know there was an update to that because things were different, but that seems to be what's been added. If they get next to you, regardless of the horizontal plane they have to run around, if they get next to you vertically, I think I'm explaining this right. I'm terrible at explanation. If they get next to you vertically, that will cause you a problem. Just give this one last attempt at explanation because I'm clearly not good. I'm painting the right thing. So if the red block, if you're looking straight down, if you are in this column, can I get a bit further on? If you're in that column and the zombie is in, we'll go the other way actually. If you're the target, that's the zombie's target, and the zombie gets to this block, looking down, regardless of the different in verticality, they will start beating on shit. Because look, that's all gone especially well. I'll get a brand new wave to come through just to double check it, but I'm pretty confident with that. I think, how long did it take me? About 45 minutes in fairness, but I think we've unlocked the key to this new pathfinding and we've found our way around it. Basically, build walls. Who would have thought? We're 2 from 2 on the waves of everyone running past smoothly. We'll get another wave in. I don't want to reset the start of the horde because they'll spawn randomly around me somewhere. I'll do that at the end, but this is the worst case scenario for this kind of base, I think. So we're 2 from 2. If this one goes all the way through, in fact, that's a bit of a problem there. That little drop there, that has the potential to throw some zombies in destroy everything mode, and they're still not doing it anyway. I didn't even think of that. I didn't even think of the bloody seawall I've accidentally built. But, yeah, look at that. Look at that. We're fine. We're gravy. We're good. We're confident. I might put the seal of approval. We'll have to bring back the, my AI was tested in JaWoodle Park rubber stamp of hotness. I think we're good. I think we're done. Okay, so what's the blanket rules we're working with here? It's got to be at least 7 blocks high. Fucking duh, Josh. You said that every 4 seconds. Got to build at least 7 blocks high off the ground, and you cannot let the zombies get underneath you, or else they'll break stuff. But as long as you do that, it's still working just as normal. Job done! Job done! I feel so much better now. It's so much more cathartic to watch the zombies run their infinite loop when I had to. I earned this one. I earned this one for once. It's not just rebuilding what I've done before. There was a problem to be solved and we got there. Okay, well, I mean, I don't think there's anything left to really test it. I think we're all fine. Everything else is working all good and normal. I just got to keep that in mind. I really just got to keep it in mind for next time I build something. I've got to go, I mean, if anything, it's just reinforced the rule that we already had. I always say that the easiest way to control the zombie pathing is to build up, so they only have one access to get to you. Turns out the solution to the new pathfinding is build further up. So, you know what? I'm fine with that. So nice try, fun pimps. You tried, you came close. You almost stumped me for a second, but still undefeated. Still undefeated after all this time. And I will continue to be unrighteously cocky until I do get clapped, because eventually this will catch up with me. But while the sun is shining, I will make my hay. I actually met the guy who's in charge at the farm, who's in charge of the blocks and like how the blocks work at TwitchCon. I met him there and he was like, my nemesis. And I was like, yeah, man. I love the battle. I love the battle between us, but I have won yet again. So I'll have to leave this episode here. and come back again when they change the pathfinding another time in the future. However, I think it'll be much rarer given the console release is about to come out. I think we're pretty set in how this is gonna work from here on out. But I'll have to come back and continue to build bases and continue to break 7 Days to Die's AI in another episode, because this episode is done. So thank you guys for watching. Most of all, thank you to the patrons of Patreon who made this episode possible. If you liked, make sure you hit the like button down below, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter. If I don't talk to you there first, I'll see you in the next episode. Have a good one.